Scientists say a population of endangered turtles found only in a small collection of Queensland waterways is not only surviving but seems to be thriving. Several breeding sites of white-throated snapping turtles were found at Baffle Creek, that's about 400 kilometres north of Brisbane. One of their unique features is so-called bum breathing. Project officer at Burnett Mary Regional Group, Benjamin Hoekstra, says it was exciting to find the species.
We happened upon finding this white-throated snapping turtle for the very first time in the Baffle catchment. And so for a couple of years now, we've been wanting to do a bit more exploratory work in regards to their distribution. And so, we're lucky enough to, put some time aside and, do a bit more in-depth, surveying in the Baffle catchment.
And this new population was found quite away from their original location, weren't they? How did they make that transition? How did they get there?
Yeah, so initially we did discover 3 individuals of the white-throats. But this round of sampling, we did discover more new individuals at that same location, but about 10 kilometres upstream, actually, we came across a few nests that had been, successfully hatched. And then we also came across a tiny hatchling as well in this location. So, how the movements of the species, that's exciting in itself. So to find that it's not just there, but it's also breeding is, it's really exciting for us.
So what is it about this new location then, which means that they're doing particularly well?
Yeah, I guess it's just, it is quite a pristine environment, beautiful overhanging trees. I think clearing has a lot to do with it as well. In that area, there's been very little disturbance. So where we see farmland encroach right up into the riparian zone, that's really detrimental for these iconic species.
So they are known as bum-breathing turtles. You have to explain that.
Yeah, definitely. So they have this adaptation that they breathe through their cloaca or bum, and that essentially absorbs oxygen out of the water. It's called cloacal respiration or bum breathing. So, and this just allows them to stay submerged under the water for longer periods of time, as opposed to other species.
Right. So why have they been or become endangered? What makes them vulnerable, Benjamin?
Yeah, habitat loss is a big one. So when, like I said, farmland kind of encroaches on their habitat, we also have, a lot of impact from weeds and pests. So a lot of vine weeds can kind of strangle or smother their habitat, and predation from wild pigs and foxes is another, I guess, concern for their well-being.
Does it take a while for them to mature as well, from hatchling to mature turtle?
Yeah, it does. They are a slow-growing species. They are resilient, but, it does take a long time for a juvenile to become old enough to reproduce. So, this turtle's obviously been in the catchment for a while now, but to see the new recruits, the young ones coming through, is it's really promising.
Right. So does this new population then mean that they're closer to coming off the endangered list?
I wouldn't say that. I still think, as a whole, their numbers are quite small, given that we only, have found them in kind of 2 locations in the whole of the Baffle catchment. So I think as it is, they're still quite, threatened in their distribution. It's great that we're finding them in other catchments. So this is the 4th catchment now that they've been found. But I still think that, there is concern to try and improve the habitat for these guys.
Okay, Benjamin Hoekstra, great to talk to you. Thank you.